Hello everybody, wrong screen. Being the Brave Bear coming to you live once again. Are we ready to play some Pokemon? I know I am. I recently got obsessed with Pokemon TCG online. For the past year, I've been obsessed with Pokemon TCG on the app. And I really wanted to stream it to show you guys. So I switched over to the online version for the PC, and it's a bit harder, but it's very fun. So anyways, we'll get to that in a second. First, we got some yapping to do. How you guys doing? I see we got Nick back in the chat saying time to catch them all. Yes, except instead of throwing a Pokeball, you just open up a pack. Anthony says, nah, time to see Bean do a wheelie. Oh, about the wheelchair, yes. Absolutely, we will yap about that in a second. Nick says, why not both? Hell yeah, brother. Nice, so indeed, you saw the post yesterday. I did finally got a wheelchair. After months. And this, I will say, this was bought with my own money because the insurance company that we were trying to contact, and when I say we, I mean me and my doctor. Because my doctor looked at me and she was like, yeah, your walking's messed up. You can't stand for multiple hours a day. You can't even stand for an hour. If you're not applying for disability, which is, you know, the state assistance program, then you're going to need a chair to ensure that you can still work. And I was like, yes! Yes, thank you! And she tried to contact the company. So we contacted the company that makes chairs, and they were like, yeah, sure, just have your insurance company contact us and we'll get right on it. And we tried to contact the insurance company, and that was back in October. We got like an email back saying like, okay, we got your paperwork. And then nothing. Absolutely nothing. Every time that my doctor calls them, she gets put on hold and they're like, oh, sorry, we're out of the office right now. Or, oh, that's not our division. I'll put you into contact with somebody who can help you. Or just excuse after excuse. She was never able to contact the person who was actually in charge of the paperwork that we had sent in. They were like, oh, that particular person isn't here right now. And it turns out they never were there. I don't think that person existed. Anthony says, I'm just visualizing the prank of pulling a seat out from under someone before they sit, but with insurance. That is exactly what they do. Their job is to be incompetent, and they get more money the more people they deny. The thing is, they didn't even give us the decency of denying us. They just ghosted us like an ex. Like a bad ex-boyfriend. It was like, hey, can we talk? Please, I just want to talk. And just, your number has been blocked. It's like, what did we do? So, in the event that you're able to contact the insurance company, they are supposed to cover the cost of a wheelchair or any other mobility aid or device that you may need. In the event that you cannot get a hold of them and they're just being dicks, you need to pay for it out of pocket. And actually, like, if you go through like a medical grade website, the cost is easily $2,000. I got my car for $2,000. Call me a socialist, but I don't think a piece of medical equipment should cost the same amount as a car. And in other countries, I know it doesn't. But what do I know? I'm just a YouTuber. But thankfully I did some searching, and this was the story I had before where I found a site that was selling chairs, and it was like more of a holistic medicine site where it's like they sold crutches, canes, and then like herbal medicines and stuff, and they happened to have a wheelchair for $500. And that's the one that I ordered it. And then every time they said like, oh, it'll be here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, sorry, it'll be here in 4 weeks. 4 weeks later, sorry, it'll be here next month. And I was like, just give me my money back. I don't think they were a scam. I think they were just bad at their job. But I did get the money back. I got the 500 back, and I just took it and boomeranged it right back to Amazon. As much as I despise Amazon for like the damage that they do to economies and stuff and small businesses, if you want something ordered and you absolutely cannot risk it being lost, they do know how to deliver packages. They are kind of good at that. So I had to suck it up, make an Amazon account, and then my Amazon account said, hey, you just tried to order something worth $800 within an hour of making an account. That's suspicious. So we're going to close your account for the next week unless you send us a picture of your government ID. And it's like, that's suspicious. I'm not doing that. So I opened up another account and, you know, definition of insanity, I did it again and they closed that account. So originally, if Amazon didn't block my account on that, I would have had the chair back before Christmas. But because they kept sounding the alarm and being like, hey, you're not allowed to do that. That's weird. Why are you buying that? It kept getting delayed, and then my account finally got reopened. I was able to order it, and then it was like, all right, it'll be here in a week. And then it was here within 3 days. Which, like, I don't know what happened there, where the email, like the package tracker, still says that it's like, oh, it's on the way, but it arrived 2 days ago. So, oh my god, I am just so relieved that it's finally here. Because, like I said in the post, so I've got EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is that my joints are incredibly loose. And, you know, it's like being a contortionist, but not on purpose. So a contortionist is able to control when and where their body bends. But with EDS, every single joint, every single piece of my body that has connective tissue in it is really, really weak. If we're thinking about like the structure of a building, imagine the posts that hold up a building, except they're like that and they're made of rubber. So I am just chronically structurally unsound. My knees go backwards. If I'm standing, my ankles go to the side. If I spin around to get something, my back can overextend, and it's helpful for when I'm pulling my car out of a parking lot and I can just flip my head around like an owl, but I can reach around corners and stuff. Let's see if we can get a good view of my elbow. Sometimes when I'm wearing a t-shirt, it's like really obvious that my elbows are just like going backwards. If I'm in the gym, I need to be like extremely careful with weights, because if I hold it the wrong way, I could just bend backwards. You see how the elbow's making an arch? They're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to bend this way, not that way. Hey, but yeah, every part of my body is like constantly in a state of overextending and hyperextending, which means that I can still move. I still have them. I can still stand, and, you know, in case of emergency, I can still run. Like, if Felix gets out into the hallway, I can chase him. But I'm not about to run a marathon anytime soon. I'm not about to willingly run or do any kind of extraneous movements. Like I said, I can walk, I can stand, I can run, but it hurts really, really bad, and there is like a really high chance that I am going to injure myself really badly. So far, I've been lucky. I haven't done anything extreme enough to warrant a dislocation, but I have popped joints out of place. It's a subluxation when it pops out and goes back in. My jaw constantly, every time I yawn, my jaw pops out of place like a snake, and then it goes back in. If I open a door wrong, my wrist will just come out and then go back in. So it's just a lot of discomfort involved with any kind of movement. And as you can imagine, this makes it very difficult to work. I don't have the attention span for a desk job, unfortunately, because I've also got ADHD on top of it. So I don't want to sit and do paperwork for a desk job, even though that would mean no physical labor. But any kind of retail work just hurts really bad. And it's gotten to the point where one of my managers is getting annoyed with me because she's like, hey, you keep sitting down. Why are you sitting down? And I'm like, I'm about to fall over. I'll stand up when I'm able to. And now I can actually work. Now I can actually get around the store. I had other managers, the cool manager. There's a cool manager, there's a mean manager. The cool manager, she saw me limping one day, and she was just like, when are you gonna get a chair? So we can just, throw all these clothes in your lap and let you go. And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm gonna be able to do now. I'm actually going to be able to get around the store. So I'm actually gonna be able to work without, collapsing and crying and ticking off my boss. And I'm gonna be able to go out and have fun. So yesterday I did a trial run of just taking the chair out to, we've got like a little section of stores, where like you have just a whole bunch of stores like stacked together. And so we got like a Target, we got a Macy's, we got a JCPenney, we got a Whataburger, stuff like that, and they're all just like smushed together. So I just took the chair and I did like a lap around that little park area. And I discovered that, well, it doesn't hurt my arms as much as I thought it would. Because here's the thing, I was worried that I'm just going to be swapping out leg pain for arm pain. But it felt like a workout. I felt like my arms were burning, but it was from muscles just being weak and not from the joints being pushed in a way that they weren't supposed to be pushed. So I was able to maneuver with minimal pain. I had a little bit of a knot in my back at the end of the day, but that's something that I could take care of afterwards with like stretching and more exercise. Anthony says, rubber hose animation, but with a good bit of extra cracking and pain. Exactly, I am a rubber hose character. Gains? Yes! Oh god, it's too cold for a t-shirt today, but already today I've got a little bit more bicep than I had yesterday just from pushing the chair around, and I'm like, I'm excited. Because I love working out. I love it. I love working out in a controlled, careful environment. It's a hobby of mine, but I have to do it very gingerly. But I love working out. So I am excited for muscles. I'm excited to have sexy looking shoulders once it's t-shirt season. I also love just the comedy of tiny little me just like taking off my pink hoodie, and underneath I've just got buff arms. I'm gonna get buffed for the bit. But like I said, so I was able to push the chair just with me in it. I had some shopping stuff on my lap, which is also an incredible relief that I can just put stuff on my lap and I don't have to carry it, because even carrying a grocery bag can pull my shoulder out of place. I had to carry in like 6 bags of groceries last week, and I was in so much pain. My wrists, my elbows, my shoulders were screaming. I couldn't even do any gaming afterwards. My arms hurt so bad. But then yesterday I was able to get some stuff. I just put it on my lap. And I'm like, I don't have to carry stuff anymore. I could just set it down. This is incredible. And already one of the things I got was, my backdrop's a little bit close to me, so I gotta be careful. I put it on the floor. Hi, Daddy. Hi. My roommate's cat is coming to say hi. Hi, buddy. What you doing? What you doing? I know you miss your mom. She'll be back. Like I said, he hides a lot, so I gotta say hi to him when he comes up to me. I realized that my regular backpack doesn't really work on the chair. Even though I could put it over the shoulder rest, that's still a lot of spinning around I have to do to grab stuff out of it. And a purse doesn't work because the strap is too long, and then it's awkwardly in my lap, and then the strap kept falling down over my shoulders while I was trying to move. So I got myself one of those hipster cross-shoulder bags, and I'm like, oh, this actually has a purpose now instead of just looking silly on a hipster. That's what these are for. So I gotta fiddle with it a bit. to adjust it properly and all that, but I think... Can I do it now? These straps are these straps took me off so much. But now I'll be able to just crossbody it, and it's big enough to put in my phone and wallet and stuff, so I don't have to juggle with my purse on my lap along with the stuff that I'm trying to carry. So yes, I've invested in a fanny pack, but it's pink, so it works. Like I said, it has a purpose now, other than looking silly on a hipster. I gotta pull out my strawberry shortcake blanket because it's very chilly in here. So I got one of those, and I discovered that doors are an issue. Even just getting out of my own apartment, the door, maneuvering myself to open door and then get out of door without door closing on me and trapping wheels is not good. But this apartment isn't like, you know, built to be a handicap accessible apartment. Those are, you know, as when we were looking at the apartment, they do have those that are like specifically made on the first floor, but it didn't have the chair then. And I don't need one that has like all of the specific accommodations because I can still, you know, get up and walk. But getting the chair in and out of this door is a nightmare. Getting the chair in and out of doors in the stores was also really difficult. But a lot of stores do have automatic buttons. A lot of the bigger stores have the sliding doors. But it's the smaller ones that usually don't have anything. So I went into a makeup store and they had no automatic button, and I would not have been able to get in or out without somebody holding the door for me. So that's something that I know I need to look out for. I also need to just get better at steering in general, because it is weird going down the sidewalks when they have like the dips in them. And it's like sometimes the sidewalk is built like that and you're just kind of going sideways and you got to keep steering yourself so you don't go down. But all in all, it was really positive. And that there is this, of course, feeling when you're using a mobility device or an aid for the first time. There's this nervousness that people are going to be mean to you because you've heard the stories, you've heard the tales of people just getting harassed, getting interrogated by strangers, people just being disrespectful and mean, and that does happen. But yesterday, nobody stared at me. Nobody was mean to me. Nobody stopped me as I was getting out of the car. That's the thing I'm worried about, because I can stand to get up and get out of the car, and then I need to walk around to the back to take the wheelchair out, and then I sit down and scoot. And I'm worried that someone's going to jump me for that and be like, hey, what are you doing? You're faking it. What are you doing? But nobody was mean to me. Nobody had any negative words, not even negative looks. Nobody stared. There was a little kid who kind of looked for a moment, and then he was just like, hi. I was able to, once I was in the stores, once I was past the doors, I was able to maneuver around the stores very easily and very quickly. I was amazed at how fast I'm actually able to move now, because normally it takes me like an hour to get from one end of the store to the other. When I was in the chair, just boop. I can zoom. I have the power of zooming. I can actually do things quickly now. Nick says, a lot of doors are not handicap friendly. Yeah. And sometimes they're just straight up too narrow. And like I said, a lot of doors just don't have the handicap buttons on them. And sometimes if they do have a handicap button, it's a 50-50 shot whether or not it'll work. Yeah. But thankfully, I found that if I do have trouble, as long as there's somebody within eyesight, a lot of people are just naturally nice and kind, and they're gonna be like, oh, let me get the door for you real quick. And like any door that I had trouble getting into, like I said, getting into the beauty shop, there was somebody there who was like, oh, let me get that for you, and they held it. It's like, thank you. Kaylee says, hi, hello, how's it going? I'm telling the tale of my first day out with a wheelchair yesterday. Hey, cause my legs and my back are hurting too badly to walk reliably, so I got a chair for long distances and shopping, and it was a success. It was a success. And here's the highlight of the day yesterday, and then we'll get to Pokemon, I swear. But the highlight of the day was that I went into a sporting goods store, which you can guess which one. But I went to a sporting goods store, and I went in there to look for gloves, because I have a pair of gloves now. I have them right here, actually. I got these are bike riding gloves for, like, you know, holding on to handlebars and stuff. And, you know, when I'm able to, when it's warm enough and when I actually have a bike, I like bike riding because it's easy on my back and I can just use my legs. But these have a little bit of cushion in them, and so far I've been using them as just my gym gloves to prevent pain in my palms and in my wrists. And I realized that I could use them as my wheelchair gloves, because that's a metal bar that you're pushing, and if you need to put the brakes on, you don't have gloves on, you're taking skin off. So I was using those, and I went into the sports store to see if I could find some more. Saw some weightlifting gloves. They weren't as good. I like these ones better, so I'll look more into the biking gloves. But I was by the bike section, and I was just going past, you know, looking at the bikes, because someday I do want a mountain bike, like I said, for when my legs feel good enough to move. And there were two guys there who were repairing a bike. And one guy pops out, and he's like, hey, do you need anything? Let us know if you need any help. And I was like, oh, actually, while I'm here, do you have, like, a little reflector light that usually goes on a bike, but could I get a reflector light for the back of this? Because it gets dark quickly. And like I said, if I'm out shopping and I need to get across the road from store to car, people aren't going to see me. That chair is black. And even though I usually wear bright pink, a little bit of reflector on it will be very helpful. So I was like, oh, so like the reflector you usually have for a bike, could I get one to put on the back of this? And the guy was like, absolutely, we give those out for free because it's, you know, an important safety thing. Let me go get some and I'll put them on for you. And I just pulled in like a pit stop, and this guy came in the back, and he got his screwdriver out and he installed two little reflector lights on the back of the chair for me, and it was awesome. And we had a conversation about, like, you know, the similarities between like chair parts and bike parts. And he looked at the tires and he was like, yeah, these are bike tires. These are bicycle tires. Cool. I bet if you wanted, you could swap them out for my mountain bike tires. And we talked about how when it comes to biking, how much of an accessible sport biking is, because no matter what your ability, no matter what parts work and what parts don't, no matter what parts you're missing, you can modify a bike in any way you want for it to work with what your body can do. And it was just a really nice conversation, and he told me that if I ever had any issues with it, that I could, you know, literally bring the chair in the same way I'd bring a bike in, and they'd see what they could do. So that was really nice. That was a really nice way to end the day. And yeah, long story short, the wheelchair is dangerous for me because I was actually able to go shopping, and I spent a lot of money that I shouldn't have spent. As soon as I was given access to the outdoors again, I went to the stores and I bought $40 worth of headbands. So for now, it's in the back of the car because I'm not taking it into the door of this apartment again. I don't need it up here. Even though I scooted the chair up to the desk here, and it felt so much better than this desk chair. Like, if I was able to get the wheelchair in and out of the apartment easier, I would keep it here to use as my gaming chair, because the cushion and the back and the footrest combined just alleviated all back pain. So next on the list is going to be to get a new office chair. Maybe I'll get a pink one. Let's see. Anthony says zooming. Nick says, ooh, nice. And Anthony says, idea, doorstop with a string. Maybe. It's just the fact that our door is like situated at the end of the apartment, and there's a closet, and we have the counter that's like at a diagonal from the door, so there just isn't enough space for a chair to make the necessary K-turn to maneuver around the door opening to go forward and out. So it's like, you can get in and out with a package, but if you need to open the door and then move something through and then back up and then move, there isn't enough parking space to make the turn out comfortably. And then the ridge over the doorstep, I realized, is pretty high, and I can't get over it just regularly pushing. I gotta like grab onto the door frame and just... Also, I don't trust Felix, because in order to get the chair through the door has to be open wide, and it has to be open for a longer time. And Felix is staring at the open door right behind me, and I'm like, I don't trust you. I do not trust him. But that's another thing. I like living in an apartment, because in case one of the cats gets out, they're not going directly outside. There is a hallway and multiple doors on the other side of the door. He got out once in the last apartment, and he immediately got frightened and started running up the stairs to the next floor. And thankfully, I know from that, I was able to catch him. The other cat, Laddie, he doesn't run. He doesn't run. He's a chunky little man. If he tries to escape, you can just pick him up and take him back in. He'll just meander slowly out between your legs, and you just gotta scoop him up and put him back. He'll be offended, and then he'll go back to sleep. But anyways, that was my adventures of yesterday, and I'm sure I'll have more stories to tell in the weeks to come as I'm, actually able to go outside again for longer than like a half hour. But before we get to Pokemon, I am going to go get some water, because my throat is so dry. It's so dry here. I put lotion on my skin and it just evaporated instantly. I'm so dehydrated. I'll be right back. Actually, I have a screen for that. Oh. There we go. I had to unmute. There we go. I had to go get some water, and then I had to get some of Felix's toys out from underneath the door because he keeps getting them stuck back there, and he gets fussy when he doesn't have his toys. So I gotta keep giving him the toys like a parent giving their kid an iPad so that he won't cry and swap my keyboard while I'm streaming. But he's got his little straw. It's a little like Chinese finger trap looking thing, but it's his absolute favorite, and he will literally take it to bed with him. And then he'll get very, very upset if that one gets lost under the door. So I had to go get that one back for him. But anyways, are we ready to play some Pokemon TCG live? Like I said, for the past year, I've been obsessed with the Pokemon TCG app, and I started getting really good at that. And by really good, I mean I was winning more than I was losing. But I was still losing quite a bit, but I was winning a bit more. And I really wanted to stream it, so I found Pokemon TCG Online for the PC, so now I can share it. But this is completely different from the app. If you want to play, I'd say the app is definitely the best one to start with because it's a lot easier, and the tutorial for how to play the game is easier to follow and understand. It's also a little bit clearer to see things. I don't know if it's just because it's on the screen here. It's small words on a big screen. It's just a little bit harder to like actually read the cards. On the phone, it's easier. But on the TCG app, the goal is to get 3 points by knocking out your opponent's cards. Regular card is 1 point, a Pokemon EX is 2 points, and a Mega Pokemon is 3 points. So in the app, if you knock out a Mega, you win the round. You also get an energy point every single round. For here, it's set up differently where you need 6 points to win. And they're not just points, they're your own cards that you need to win back so you can put them back into your deck. So if one of your hard-hitting cards is set to the side in the point pile as a point card, you need to knock out one of your opponent's Pokemon so that you can get your good card back. Let's see. And also the energy points that you need in order to activate your Pokemon's attacks, they don't give those to you every round. You have to pull them out as separate cards. So if you haven't played Pokemon TCG before, it'll be a little bit confusing, but if you've played any other kind of TCG game, I imagine it follows similar rules, similar setup. I'm still learning. I'm going to preface this by saying I'm still learning. I just got the online version a few days ago. I am at level 14, as you can see my little face down there. Look, I'm a little person. There we go. We can customize them. We can customize and save with Liberty Mutual. I need to give her glasses. I forgot about glasses. There we go. Pink frames. There we go. Hats. Can I give her a backwards hat? Or are they all front facing? What about one of these? Sorry, I just got completely distracted by the customization. Yep, that's a bean. That's a bean. Look at the hair on its own. Looks pretty similar. This is kind of what I wanted to have for my hair the first time, where it's like shorter on the sides and then longer up front. But I'm realizing very quickly that I do not like having long hair in the front, so I might just take a pair of scissors to this because it's poking me in the eye. It's poking me in the eye. I can't see. How do you people with bangs deal with this? It's blocking my vision. I don't like it. So I might just cut my brand new bangs short so I can actually see. Oh, that's Ash's hat. Alright, Pokemon, I could give myself a top hat. Who's that on the front? Oh, that's the little bunny. These are like New Year's hats. Anthony says, I brush mine to the sides, though if I do anything active, they fall back in my face. Exactly. That's why I wear hats to begin with, is because when my hair was long, it would just curtain in front of my face, because my hair just naturally wants to come forward like this. But now that it's short, I can't put it behind my ears. I just gotta trap it like this, but if I pull it back to show my forehead, then it looks stupid, so I'll take the cute flopping over the eye over the pulling it back and looking stupid. But I do like this setup of having it poking through the hat here. I think this is, you know, very unique little unicorn style. And it keeps most of my hair out of my face, and now I just have this little bit that I can just pull back. What if I got some wax and just stuck it up like a unicorn? I think that'd be funny. Let's go with this one. There we go. Look at my silly little face. Look at my silly little face and my silly little shoes. There we go. Dex. So this is the one that I made. I started out, so when you start the game, they are very generous and they give you packs to choose from, so you don't have to wait to pull cards to make a deck, so you can just pick a pack and just start playing. I had to hiccup. You can pick from like Mamoswine, Charizard, Hydreigon, Greninja, Goldango, Dragapult, Mega Charizard, Pikachu. This one I edited for the Mamoswine deck. I love Mamoswine because I love mammoths, and that's the one I played with just to get enough points to get these guys. But God, he's not the best to use in battle. I'll bring him back for like another deck at some point, but I realized with all the cards that I had won, because every time you level up, they give you a card pack, and I leveled up to 14, and I was able to pull from a bunch of card packs, and I was able to get a good number of Dark-type Pokemon. I'm like, oh, I have enough Dark types to actually make a complete Dark-type deck. So these are the little guys I'm working with, and similar to playing the actual games, I like to name them. You can't name them when they're a card, but I named them. So we have Absol, named Milky White. We've got Carvana, that evolves into Sharpedo, which I have named Punky. Dino, that evolves into Zwillis, that evolves into Hydreigon, which I have named Hydrangea. Ferendipity, I don't know her well enough to give her a name. But the Ghastly evolving into Omega Gengar, I have named Grimace Shake. So these are the only Pokemon that we're working with, but I have like 3 of each, so that I'm guaranteed to like at least pull them. And so far, this amount works pretty well, so every round I'm actually able to pull something that I can work with. Because that's the thing that got me when I was playing in the app, is that sometimes I would just pull a hand that had no usable Pokemon in it. I would have like a stage 2 and then 5 supporters. But this round, with this amount of Pokemon that can evolve into these different forms, I'm guaranteed to get something that I can use within the first like 3 draws. So far it's working out pretty well. We don't have a lot of healing cards, because like I said, I'm only level 14, I've only been able to draw so many packs. I don't have any healing cards, except for a singular Jumbo Ice Cream to give 80 points back. But heal 80 damage to your Pokemon that has 3 or more energy attached. All of these guys use 2 energy or less, so that's actually kind of useless unless I purposely put an extra energy on them. We have the rare candies to evolve them. We have this fancy grand tree that allows you to evolve them when they're in your hands. You can pull the cards out that you need. Black Belt's training to do extra damage. Boss's orders to pull one of your opponent's Pokemon back into the active spot so that you can hit them. Dawn, I want to cosplay Dawn. So she's the trainer from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. And that's the singular actual Pokemon game that I have, that I beat. And like I said, I want to cosplay her someday. But her card's really good because you can pull all 3 of an evolution line at once. Which is insanely helpful. But yeah, I want to put this outfit together. It's cute. Friends card that allows you to draw cards. Basically, a lot of cards that just allow you to draw more cards. And then 20 dark energy cards. So these are the cards you need to pull these to attach them to your Pokemon to allow them to hit the opponent. If you've never played before, that's alright. You can just watch. You'll figure it out. And like I said, these games, they are very helpful with the tutorials, but if you want to start playing and you have no idea how the game works in the slightest, I would recommend going with the app, because it holds your hand and it goes very slow. It's like, this is a card. Do you understand that? You take this card and you put it front. That's your attacking card. You take this card and you put it behind it on your bench. This is an energy. You attach it so that your Pokemon can hit the opponent. Do you understand? Or do you need me to repeat that? So the app is a lot better at holding your hand if you're starting from 0. But I think with that... Don't you fall asleep on me. Don't you fall asleep on me. There we go. Let's start a battle. Versus 2706. There we go. This is my latest hyperfixation. And what is my job as a streamer if not to force my hyperfixations on you? Do you want to go first? Yes. Because if you go first, you get to draw energy first, but if you go second, you get to attack. I have no basics, so I need to draw again. This guy's level 2, this guy's a level 2. That's a supporter, that's an energy, so we don't have anyone that we can use. And we won! It's as simple as that! That didn't count. Come on, man, he disconnected. He disconnected. Let's go back in. Okay, I get points for that anyways. Here we go. There we go. Versus Rowlet. A dub's a dub. There we go. I like that coin. And also when you win battles, you get points, and then you can use the points to like buy little cosmetic stuff like this. Let's make sure, oh, audio output capture. There's music to the game. Let me turn that up so you can actually hear that. Oh. Doo-doo-doo. So we have a baby Dino. And nobody else. He's a stage 1 and he's a stage 2. And these are our prize cards that we've taken from our own deck and put over here. So every time we knock out one of their cards, we get to put one of our own cards back in the deck. And like I said, there's a whole bunch of new cards here that aren't in the app, so I'm gonna do a lot of reading just to see what they're doing. So that's a Team Rocket's Transceiver. Search your deck for a supported card that has Team Rocket in its name. Reveal it, put it into your hand. Okay, and you pulled out Team Rocket's Proton. Search your deck for up to 3 basic Team Rocket Pokemon. We're versing a Team Rocket guy here. There you go. Well, I have 2 energy that I can use, so I'm going to attach that. I don't have anyone else I can put on the bench. And Dino's ability is to not do any damage, but to discard the top card of the opponent's deck. which is something that I like to call a dick move. I won a battle because I just kept getting rid of their cards. And then once Dino evolves, you're able to get rid of the top 3 cards on their deck. And it can be really annoying for the opponents. Oh, Team Rocket Ariana, who's that? You've just got an entire Team Rocket themed deck, that's cool. Draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. If all of your Pokemon are Team Rocket Pokemon, draw cards until you have 8. Okay. Just as long as you don't evolve Sneasel into something that can do 70 damage with 1 shot. Because then I lose. What is that? That's a Mewtwo. Absol. Okay. Not much we can use. I don't have anything to evolve Dino, and I don't have any basics to evolve Punky or Grimace Shake. So I will... attach this to Absol. And I'm just gonna keep getting rid of your cards. Yeah, get out of here, Giovanni. Why'd you do that? What is that? A Team Rocket Energy? No, stop moving. Let me read it. As long as this card is attached to Pokemon, it provides 2 in combination of any psychic or dark energy. Okay, so Dino's dead. And here's an Absol. Absol, please. I'm gonna hold on to this energy, and I'm just gonna use you to... No, wait. That's your weakness. I was gonna draw cards, but now I see that that's Mewtwo's weakness, so I'm gonna hit him for 120. I think he's gonna get me. Oh, 160. There we go. I should have drawn the cards instead. Alas. Alas. All's well that ends well, of course. Cool, alright. Sadness, yeah. But for every battle that you play, you still level up, which is very true. So let's go collect some cards. I haven't collected my stuff in a while, I don't think. Use an attack that costs at least 2 energy. So you have like these little quests that you can do, which I'm gonna be honest, this screen is a little bit hard to read, but I just know that clicking on the blue things give me points. There we go. Collect all, collect rewards. We got trainer points, trade credits, a Piplup, a Hunt Crow, a Piplup, and a box. We got Gligar, Ghastly, Bronzong. I do like Bronzong. I have him in my in one of my teams on the Switch, and I named him Louisong after a composer and animator. Empoleon, Zacian, Wooper. Look at that face! Look at that face! He was one of my main ones in the TCG app. Punk Helmet. Put it on a Dark-type Pokemon and your opponent will take 40 damage every time they hit you. Done again! And Mega Lopunny. It's the boy, whoop, yeah! I named him, I had 2 Whoopers in, like I said, one of my decks on the app. One is named Malted Milk and the other one is named Chalky Milk. And I love them. They're the brown Whoopers, the poison types. And they did so much damage. My other main one is Gyarados and Mega Gyarados. That's the deck that I left off with, that I was just evaporating people with it. And Gyarados is my main on the Switch as well, in Diamonds. He's the one who beat Cynthia for me. His name is Gyro and I love him, and I'm waiting for the day that I pull Gyarados here, so that I can use him again. I miss him. I miss my big monster baby. Flap, Murkrow, Eternatus, which that's a sick design. No Kicks, Fire Breather, Crocodile, Chameleon, Ambipom. Nimble, Mimikyu, Gligar, Prinplup, Haunter, another Ice Cream, Mamoswine, my boy. But as you can see, he requires 4 energy, and it's a little bit difficult to play that when you're in a match. Flip-flop. Flat gun. There we go. Now back we go, and let's play another round. Let's see if we have more success. It looks like Quackity. What's up, dude? Hits. Oh, wait, can you hear the game okay? I don't know if it's too quiet or too loud. I'll go first. I will say, I think I like the music in the app a little bit better, because it just sounds, every screen has its own unique, like, music, and it reminds me a lot of, like, early Wii Nintendo days, where, like, every single app on the screen had its own background jingle. Turn that up a little bit. Don't concede. There we go. They had to redraw, so I get an extra card. Who are you? Build them. Okay. Okay, I think I know what to do. We're gonna give you a helmet. Anthony says, I'll be listening, but I must go radio silent for a 30-minute commute. Oh boy, I will be your podcast in the car. So I will give Ghastly a helmet. I will give you an energy. And you need 2 energy to do 30 damage, so I'm safe for now, I hope. And we can't use a stadium card on the first turn, but next turn we'll be able to use this to pull a stage 1 out of our deck to evolve him. So Ghastly's a stage 1. We need Haunter. No, Ghastly's a basic. We need a Haunter for stage 1. And down here, we've got Gengar for stage 2. I don't think any Pokemon can go past stage 2. I'm pretty sure that's the limit, but I don't know. There might be a special one that can go into a stage 4. There it goes. Now we have another Ghastly. Do I have that? Search your deck for stage 1. And I really hope it puts it on him. And not the bottom one. There we go. And now, choose 1 evolution. No valid cards, because I have them in my hand. Can't evolve him now. Does he have anyone I can kill for 40? Nope. Bonk. What are these guys? So we have another Beldum and a Baltoy. So he's got Steven's deck, whoever Steven is. Oh, and he turns into that. That's cool. The metal type animation is sick. I love that. Right now he's sitting at 300 health. And Gengar will be able to do 230. But then I'm gonna have to get rid of an energy, so I really hope I pull another energy. Why'd you get rid of him? No! But I have Dawn, so I can bring him back. And I have an extra energy, so I can hit him twice. There we go. Weird sounding motorcycle outside. Metagross, once during your turn, you may search your deck for a basic psychic energy card. Hey! Okay. It's okay because I still have Dawn. I don't need Dawn. I have Stadium. Give me Haunter. Give me Gengar. And I'm gonna pull 3 cards. More energy, great, but if I get knocked out now, I'm not gonna be able to... I'm gonna lose just because I have nobody else on my deck. Okay. But every time... Ooh, actually wait. Every time I use Mega Gengar's Void Gale, I have to get rid of one of his energy and move it to one of the bench ones. But if I don't have anyone on my bench, do I get to keep it? Or does it just vanish? Let's see. He's got 80 damage on him. I also prefer it in the app where it just shows how much health you have left instead of how much damage is on it. It's a little bit easier to do the math. Okay, 200. I'm still here. I'm still standing. Another energy, great. But now with Dawn, I can get somebody ready on my bench. And we can choose a 1, a 2, and a 3. So let's get Hydrangea, my girl. Let's get you ready. And I'm just gonna keep putting energy on you to put on them. And I have a rare candy, so I can skip over Zwillis next down. Why is the energy down? Do you take, I guess, Metagross doesn't take as much damage. Pretty please. But next time I will use Hydrangea. There we go, I'm out. And he's a Mega, so he's gonna get to pull 3. Please. Okay, switch your Pokemon. That's useless right now. There we go. And now I can get rid of this guy for... Still... Okay, so I guess he takes like 30 less damage. But we're still gonna knock him out. There we go, and as Hydrangea, we get to get rid of the top 3 cards in his deck. And we get to choose 2 prize cards. So these are our own cards we're now putting back in our hand. From this select cards. So he's got a Super Rod, which allows him to bring Pokemon back from the discard pile. So Hydrangea is an EX. So if he takes me out, he'll only get 2 cards and he'll still have 1 left. So I need some backup now! And done. I'm going to pull out. It's basic. I'm going to pull out Haunter and Gengar. Can I put you back? I can, because I have a rare candy, so I can just put Gengar in my hand. And then, as backup, I can have Punky the Sharpedo. There we go, I'm putting you back. We're gonna get rid of 3 of your cards. And next round, he's gonna be able to kill me, so I will put Gengar up, and he should be able to knock him out. What's that? Oh, stop moving, I'm trying to read your card. When your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage, you may move one of your energy to benched. Oh, my turn. There we go. Rare candy. Let's grab you. Grab you. Grab you. Does he have any megas? Let me see. We have Stick 1. Nope, these are all... Okay, he's an EX, I'll get 2 for that. Bonk! Energy moves to Sharpedo. 2 cards. Another Dawn and another Gengar. Okay, he's gonna hit me for 220. And he's gonna get rid of all of his energy. But he's only got health of 120. See, these are all new. I have no idea what a clay doll is. No! Well, he still has 330. And if you put damage on me, I will hit you harder. If I have damage on it, I'll do 150 more damage. $220, I'm still here. And actually, to keep him safe from being hit again, I'm gonna swap him out. Because Gengar still got full health. Before we go for 430, I'm sorry, little one. I'm sorry. And now we are both tied with 1 card left. He's got 1. I've got 1, but I've got full health. See how much damage can you do? I gotta see what he does, but so far it looks like no! No! For 20. I'm still here! I'm still here! And I can now do 510 damage to you because you hit me. Wait! Oh god! That's what that is! I'm confused now. Okay. I am hanging on by like 40 health. Nope. Oh my god. Mr. Sharpedo! Punky is holding on by 10. And even though I'm confused, I can still retreat, right? Okay, here we go. Grimace shake. Kill him. There we go! There we go! Now that's a battle! That's a battle! We were tied and I won with 10 health points! I am adding you as a friend, sir. That was really good. Computer door. Now, that's a performance. Let's go get our prizes. Play one stadium card. There we go. I think Punky's a girl. Yeah, Punky the Sharpedo's a girl. And so is Hydrangea. Oh, we got points down here. Boop. Empoleon! Rinflup. And a pack for Charcadet. That's cute. Blagar! Togi the model! Mimikyu! Mamoswine. Brambleghast. That looks like something I'd find in my backyard. In the desert. Ludicolo. Wigglytuff. Survivor. And Zacian. More. Nimble. Lombre. I have his card in person. So I was able to get like an actual pack out of a vending machine, and this is like the first pack of actual cards that I own, and I've got him in there, along with Mega Heracross, which I think I pulled him once, so I could actually use him in a deck. But he's grass type, and I don't have a lot of good grass types to go with him. Venusaur, Linu, Snubble, Charmander, Pommel. Pommel's a good one too. I had an electric deck with Pommel and the Pomni crew, and they did really good. But there we go. Let's go fight again. So here's the thing, the last one was a really good match, and now this time around it's either gonna be I'm gonna get knocked out immediately, or it's gonna be another good one. With Rocco Star. Hello, hello. Hits. I want to know what, like, the statistics are for how much of an advantage you have going first versus how much of an advantage you have going second. Okay, I've got Carvana and Absol. Because like I said, when you go first, you get to attach energy first, but you don't get to attack. And when you go second, you get to attack first. I guess it just depends on who you're hitting. They had to redraw, so I get a card. Very nice. Okay, they've got this like Terra deck out with like the crystalline Pokemon. I don't know what the story is behind that. But they look cool. Myriad Leaf Shower does 30 more damage for each energy attached to both Pokemon. Look at the top 7 of your deck, reveal 2 grass Pokemon, and put them into your hand. Okay? I haven't worked with a good grass deck yet. I tried to make one with Venusaur and just a bunch of like supporter cards. I copied it off of a deck that somebody else used to fight me, and I was like, oh, that looks cool, and I tried to replicate the deck, and Gyarados was still better. But now I have 2 points. Let's see, and I also have Dawn, so I can get these guys ready. Do I want... I'll get Hydrangeon ready. So we need a baby, we need a stage 1, and I'll bring out another stage 2. There you go, and I've got you ready. And pop. For 120. He says 30 damage for each energy attached to both Pokemon. So that's 1, 2, 4, 120 plus 30 is going to be 150, so I'll still be okay. Because I don't have any energy left to attach to these guys down here. So this is it. Punky, my girl, you're gonna have to hold on until I can get them ready. Got dark really fast. Cards. Ooh, and then once I have damage on Punky, she'll be able to hit twice as hard. Why was that 360? Hold on. What did you do to make that 360? Is that my weakness? Grass type's my weakness. Okay. I wasn't paying attention. Oh no. Grass is his weakness too. I still don't have any energy to do anything with it. Okay. This might be a bit of a short battle. Pheasantipity. Okay, let's put you on the bench as well, I guess. Oh, ability every turn. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out last time, you may draw 3 cards. Please be energy. Wait, alright, 2 energy. I just need to last long enough to get Hydrangeon up and running. Oh, it's still my turn. I'm putting that on you. Oh, so you're gonna knock out Absol. But he's basic, so you're only gonna get 1 point for that. And then I'll be able to knock you out for 2 points. What's that do? Each player's grass Pokemon can evolve into grass Pokemon during the turn they play those Pokemon, except during the first turn. Okay. Just hit me. Please! Just put him out of his misery! Just hit me! You moved in the one with full health, I see. And you have a health of 210, so when I hit you with that energy, you're gonna be holding on by 1! I was literally about to say, I'm not gonna be able to knock him out in one shot unless I pull Black Belt. And who do I pull? And I said, well, check, you are an EX, you are an EX. I will put you down so I can do 40 more damage to you. Bang! And I get rid of 3 of your cards. But they only need to hit me out once. That's all I need to do to win. They only need 2 more points and I need 4. No, they're gonna get me. Here it comes. You don't need to overkill it. You're going to get me. Just hit me, stop! Stop! You don't need to do anything else, you're going to win! Stop! You don't have to keep drawing cards, just hit me! I see how much damage that's gonna do. Okay. There we go. We're 420! Nice. And the final 2 points for you. There we go. Alas. I guess that's him then, yep. Good game. He only did 360. But you still get experience points. If I lean back, I go into shadows really easily. I gotta make sure I stay forward so that I'm in the light. I need better light. I need better lighting up here. So I got a ring light, but if I spin it to face me, I reflect. So I'm too pale. I've got a singular light on this side, but it's just a lamp. Maybe I need another ring light on that side. Here we go. Let's try it again, shall we? There we go. Like I said, we're just playing with the— oh my god, it's me! It's me! I'm versing a duplicate of myself. Hold on, I gotta give them a little emote. I'm gonna kick my own butt. No matter who wins. I get to go first. Okay. And who do we have? No basics. Okay. Redraw. And we have Punky at the ready. And Hydrangea. And another Punky. I named Sharpedo Punky because there's an artist named Punky Doodles. And you'll definitely recognize their style if you hang out in like the D&D communities on YouTube. Can I hit you yet? Nope. But they're the ones who drew the wizard duels. Of like, I cast rubber bones! All those cartoons. One of their animations was just of a guy going, my dream girl is a woman who is part shark, but only the top half is the shark, and then when she wants to kiss you, she'll go nah, 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 nah. And the way Punky Doodles drew the shark looks a lot like that face there. So Sharpedo is now named Punky after the animator who drew that. Because every time I look at that face, I hear that bit in my head. There we go. Attach, and for Dawn, who do we want to pull out? We need a Hydrangea, and somebody else, I guess. We need you. And then... pull out you, and we already have one of you, so I'll pull out an Absol. So I can put you down. I can put you down. And then next round, I can evolve you. Okay. Time to hit for 120. Bonk. And you are... oh, you're a Pheasantipity too. But you need 3 points to hit me. So unless you've got something up your sleeve, I will be able to knock you out next turn. And every time I say, unless you've got something up your sleeve, they do. Okay. I can't retreat because I already used my energy. No, wait, it's still your turn. But the point still stands. I can still... I'm gonna have to waste a retreat. I'm gonna have to waste a point to allow Absol to retreat. And I actually don't need to... I'll still use Dawn, so then I pull more cards, so I'll be more likely to get an energy next round. So we'll just go with the full lineup of Grimace Shake. And we're gonna retreat. And we're gonna send in Punky. And we're gonna knock them out. Bonk. Giving... that was a 2 points. Another energy, nice. That's what we need. That's what we need. And now I've got a lineup of all these good ones. I think I'll definitely level up Hydra. Oh, they conceded! My mere presence was enough to make them quit. Look, it's me. We got the same jacket, and the same hair, and everything. I'm adding you as a friend. Arrow Knight. Look, we even got the Converse on. I just battled my evil alternate universe double. Up. There we go. Yeah, I think it says, ah yes, the intimidation tactic. I show up looking exactly like you. What do you do? Oh, we got some points for that. Right here. Boop. Boop. And a card pack. Smeargle. Trapinch. What does Trapinch turn into? I don't think I've seen his evolution line, or is he just Trapinch? This are Darmanitan. Darmanitan. 4 energy for 40 points? No. Send out. A creamy. A little cream puff. Vibrava and Flygon. Oh, we just pulled a Flygon. Wait, are you saying that Trapinch turns into Vibrava? No. That's a turtle. That's a turtle. I guess it makes sense seeing it go from turtle to this because this is like a dragon, but in between Vibrava's a dragonfly? Huh? Huh. Some evolutions don't make sense. Some of them, it's like, okay, it starts off as a small snake and it turns into a big snake, and then other ones, it's like, it just changed species. There we go again. There we go. Like I said, with every round we play, we're able to get more points, to open more packs, to get more cards. And that allows us to, obviously, get more cards so that we can build more decks. Because I like the dark type deck here. This is working really good, but dark isn't my favorite type. Like I said, I'm saving up to get Gyarados. I want my monster boy. I don't like that. I also want to try again with an electric deck. Because those Pomnies are pretty good. And obviously I named them Pomni. I don't have any basics. I'll put you up, and then both of you on the bottom. But we do have a Grand Tree, who we can use to evolve them. Ooh, you have an Abomasnow in your hand. That's cool. I haven't fought an Abomasnow yet. Every time I fight an opponent, like I said, because a lot of these cards are just brand new to me and they're a lot different from the app version, it's like, oh, I never knew that card existed. Schnover! Ah, your weakness is metal, mine is fighting, we're good. Surfing Beach. Once during your turn, the player may switch their water Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. Okay. Ooh. Well, looky what I just drew. I have a rare candy, and I have Mr. Mega. But as soon as I hit with him, I'm gonna lose an energy, and then I gotta sit and wait until I pull another one. So do I Grand Tree this? Let's just override your stadium. Oh, I can't use it the same turn that I play it. Okay. I will bop you for 10 points then. I don't know why I'm doing like the Wallace and Gromit hands while I'm thinking. Let's see. So if I can use Candy to evolve you and you don't have anybody else on your deck, I'm gonna win just by knocking out your only card. Let's see if you get anyone better. Mega Signal. Search your deck for Mega Evolution, reveal it and put it into your hand. Okay. Oh. Oh no. See, these cards are hard to read sometimes. Discard the top 6 cards of your deck. Holy! Okay. I still have a Ghastly, and I still have a rare candy to turn them into Gengar. But I'm not gonna have the energy to do anything about it. And I'm gonna use Dawn to pull out. We're gonna go for a shark. And we're gonna go for an Absol. And I'll pull one of you just because I need to. Okay. But now I have a Shark. Like I said, every time you use a card to pull more cards during your turn, that makes it more likely that you're gonna get energy cards on the next round. I just need to hit you once. But you already discarded a lot of cards. Discard the top 6 cards of your deck, and this attack does 100 damage for each basic energy card that you discard in this way. For 3 points, it's going to do Frost Barrier for 200 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes... Is that 20? Nope, you're hitting me for the other one. For 200! You fool, I'm still here! And now I have another energy. But I'm gonna lose the energy. I'm gonna pass that off to Punky, but I still need 2 to retreat. Punk. 480, he's holding on. He's holding on! He's gonna get me next round. Punky, you gotta be ready! That's the thing, he's a Mega. And Punky's a Mega. So they're both worth 3 points if he knocks out him and then him. Him and then her. They're gonna win. I just need to be able to hit you once. I just gotta hit you once and then I can get 3 cards. Actually, 350. Okay, you're pulling in one of my guys. If they don't put any other basics on their deck, why would you do that? You could have knocked me out for 3 points. You could have gotten 3 points! And now because he was on my deck instead of up front, you didn't get any cards for that. Because Mega Gengar's a dick. And all I need to do to beat you is hopefully hit you with 70 points. I'm not good at math. You conceded before I could even hit you. You fool! That's why you don't concede. You just take the loss because up until the last second I thought he was gonna get me. Why did you switch out the one worth 3 points for the one worth 1 point? I had another one worth 3 points on the deck and you could have brought him in. You could have gotten 3 points! You fool! You absolute fool! Good game. Let's do another one. Like Anthony said, you just gotta believe. You gotta believe that your opponent's gonna do something silly like that. I've been in matches where I'm like, oh, the only way I'm gonna win this is if my opponent does something incredibly stupid, and then they did. And I'm sure I've been in matches where the person on the other end was like, oh, the only way I'm gonna do this is if my opponent does something stupid, and then I do. I have completely blown past cards that have let me win, just because I didn't read them. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna pull this card. Wait. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, who do we want? Who do we want? We don't have any energy. I'm going to pull up Carvana and Dino. You have to take a mulligan. And I see that you are working with water types. Okay, so no weaknesses here. Give me another card. It's an energy. Nice. I'm gonna put you up too. Croaky. And another energy. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. And I can't hit you on the first turn, so I will end. Here's the thing. I've been too much of a coward to do this yet, but for Carvanha, when you attack, this Pokemon also does 10 damage to itself. And then when you evolve it into Sharpedo, if this Pokemon has any damage on it, this attack does 150 more. So you don't even have to let the opponent hit you. But you do need to be brave enough to put damage on yourself and make your already weak Pokemon weaker and trust that you won't get knocked out the next turn because of it. But, in this case, we can just evaporate him without any extra damage. That's why I like the 2-pointers. And another Hydrangea. Unless you have an evolution card, this isn't looking good for you, man. You gotta be bean enough to commit to the strat. Yes! Ah, see, that's what I mean. They had something up their sleeve. Shinobi Blade. You may search your deck for a card, put it into your hand, and do 170 damage. Okay, I'm still working with 330 health. I'll be able to survive that. And now I have 2 energy to put onto Hydrangea. And I got a Dawn out of that, so... Now I'm going to be able to do 120 plus 150 is 270. And then 170 plus 170 is... They're gonna get me? Okay. So I need to get Hydrangea ready. I'll put you in there, Milky White, as well. No sense in swapping you in, because you're just the same guy. Let me go get Hydrangea, and then I'll put in another shark. Or not. I'll put you back and I'll put in you two. I should have taken the shark. So that's the thing, is that every time I flip into that screen, I forget who I already have on my deck. Oh, but now you're ready to go to deal 200 damage next round. Bonk. Oh wait, is that your weakness? No. He's holding on by a little bit. He's holding on by just a bit. Then he's gonna hit me for 170. That's gonna knock me out, unless I'm doing the math wrong. Yeah, 170 plus 170 is 340. Bonk. Yep, there I go. Got me by 1! You got me by 1! But Hydrangea is ready to go. And that's a Mega, so they're gonna get 3 points. But then I'm gonna knock out your EX, and I'm gonna also get 3 points. So then we will be tied. There he goes. There we go. There's another John. So I'm gonna pull her. Like I said, the more Pokemon cards I draw, the more likely I'll be to draw an energy next round. So I need Carvanha. I need Gengar, and for in the middle, I will take another Haunter. There you go. Well, and then I get to get rid of the top 3 cards. Oh, oh. Please be energies. I got an energy, nice. And sure. Who do I want to level up next? I'll go in with Sharpedo next. Ooh, that's an item card. For a Neo Energy. And I'm an EX, not a Mega, so if he knocks me out, he'll only get 2. But you're also an EX, if I knock you out, I'll still only get 2. But you don't have anyone else on your bench. Unless you put someone there right now. Okay, there we go. Articuno. And you need 3 points to hit. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. 120 for someone in the back row. How dare you? Okay, so now if you knock me out, now you're gonna get 2. What do we want to do? I'm moving. What's your weakness? Electric. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of him. Alright, what's 120 plus 170? 170, it's gonna be 80, it's gonna be 280. Do I want to pull in Articuno? Okay, I'm going to switch you with Shark. Oh, I thought I could use 2 supporters. I thought I was able to use 2. No, it's unlimited items. No, I did the stupid move this time. No! I was gonna swap him out, and then use boss's orders to pull in the Articuno. But I have full health now, so that'll give me another shot, and I just pulled an energy, so I might be able to get him next round with Monkey. Ooh. Okay, I need my calculator. Nope, he just did the same thing to me. $120 plus 170 is 290. Ooh, I'm gonna be holding on. I'm gonna be holding on by 1. There we go. I can't retreat unless I have 3 points. If I hit him for 70, if I hit him for 200, then I'm not gonna have the health to withstand another hit. But if I knock him out, then he'll come back and hit me. But I can't swap him out. Ooh, wait. You're gonna retreat. Boss's orders, we're gonna pull in Piplup. By retreating, we're unfortunately gonna get rid of all of our energy, but you're gonna have full health so you can withstand another hit. And with Gritty Fang, we're gonna knock you out for 70 exactly. There we go, we just got another energy. We're at least even now. So now you're here. If you do... No! Pulled me in again! No, we're gonna lose. Dang it! It was a good plan. Alas. Look at that little fuck. That was close. That was close. We had a plan. Didn't work. But it would've. You just gotta have cards up your sleeve, that's all. Pretty much. I forgot that I have some Pokemon Hershey Kisses. They're no different from regular Hershey Kisses, except that they look like a little Pokeball, and they have a critter on the bottom, so we just pulled a Ditto. Victory chocolate, even if you don't have victory. This is for the last victory. There you go. And let's go collect our points. Collect all. There we go. Card decks. We're almost on 2 hours. Let's do one more round. And then we'll go get some more cards. Let's do one more battle. And then we'll go into the shop and see if we can buy any new ones. Oop. Like I said, I'm curious what the stats are on what the advantage is for going first versus going second. But it looks like we got Little Baby. We got Little Baby, and we have Stage 1 ready to go. Oh, they redrew, so we get to take another card. Another baby. Roll, Tom. If there's no stadium in play, this attack does nothing. Okay. So I'm safe for now, unless you put down a stadium. Clarabelle. Ain't no way. Clarabelle is the name of a clown from a TV show from yesteryear. And not a scary one, just a genuinely... a clown from a kid's show. Good to see you again, Clarabelle. If anybody knows of the show from yesteryear called Howdy Doody, the little cowboy puppet, it was from like yesteryear. He was on during like the Dick Van Dyke era. but it was the Howdy Doody show, and we had some of those old pieces on VHS. I can't evolve him. So I know Clarabelle. I know where Clarabelle's from. Let's put you up. Put you up. Well, the running joke was that Clarabelle, you know, being a clown, was always the one who would, you know, goof things up, you know, slip on the banana peel, accidentally do things in the wrong order, and the audience would go, Clarabelle! So then, anytime anybody in our family would goof something up, we would call them Clarabelle. Anthony says, why yes I do know, I haven't heard that name in 75 years, it's the Howdy Doody show! And now here's Clarabelle on the Howdy Do show! It's just so weird to see that come back out of the past, it was like, I had no idea that anybody even remembered. Like I said, we had a lot of old shows on VHS tapes, because, you know, no cable. A lot of the songs from that show are still stuck in my head. Like, I literally haven't seen it since I was a toddler, but a lot of the songs are, like, still just in there. I'm thinking a picture of that for my dad, actually. Boop. Just be like, look who I fought today! I got so distracted by Clarabelle, I forgot what I was doing. Oh! Would you look at that? I can... Is there anybody up here I want to kill specifically? I keep saying kill when it's knockout, but you know, it's funner that way. I'm gonna knock you out. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck, find dark Pokemon and put them onto your bench. Actually, let's see what you can do. Nope. Actually, you'll be helpful. That's so- I forgot that when you use him, he doesn't stack. He just goes directly onto the bench, so you don't put him- So now I have 2 useless stage 1s when- I have 2 useless basics when stage 1 is right there. That's weird. But we're gonna make you retreat. We're gonna throw in Punky. And we're gonna make you evaporate the Rotom. Bunk. And we draw 2 cards, I forgot about that. Anthony says, I blame you for the indirect psychic damage. I just remembered Lamb Chop and the song that never ends. Wait. Is that where Lamb Chop is from? Because in the store I work, we have a section of dog toys, and one of the toys is Lamb Chop, which is the little lamb with, like, the red tongue sticking out. And every time I see him, I'm like, I know him from somewhere. That's not just a dog toy, that's a character. I've seen him before. Was Lamb Chop from Howdy Doody? I got distracted. I think this guy's gonna kill me. I think Clarabelle's gonna get me. Oh. 30 damage for each energy attached to both. So that's 4 times 3, 4 times 30 is 120. Plus mine, that's gonna be 150. Okay, that's still not gonna be enough to hit me. It'll be enough to hit me, but it won't be enough to knock me out. I hope. Nope, never mind. My damage is grass. I forgot about that. He gonna kill me. He gonna get me. ready. You're adding more! You're adding more! Stop! I'm already dead! I'm already dead! Clarabelle, please! Clarabelle! Just took 3 of my cards. Yep, 3 cards. That was a mega. But the battle's not over yet. The battle's not over yet. I'm going to put you up as a sacrifice. This technique has never worked. But I'm going to get Haunter ready. I'm gonna put another Carvana. And there's nobody here that I can one-shot. And then they'll just be able to retreat afterwards, so I can't pull them back up. But I will put the helmet on you, just as an additional fuck you. Should I make him retreat? Yep. And I'm just going to cross my fingers that I get Grimace Shake on the next turn. Because otherwise, we ain't making it out of this. Unless we pull really good. Or another Carvana so we can do a 70 for one of the backgrounds and get a card. Because Grimace Shake might be back here. That might be why we haven't pulled him yet, is that he's in the prize card file. Anthony says, I looked it up. Apparently it is the same character, but I'm pretty sure Lamb Chop had their own show. So that's where Lamb Chop is from. Like I said, I pass by the dog toys all the time, and I've heard other people say he looks familiar. Where have I seen him from? He's from Howdy Doody! Yep, there we go. But with the additional 40 points of damage, just because I want to be a dick about it. I'll set you up. Give me Punky. Nope, it's another energy. Is there anybody I can swap in? Do any of these guys have you? Ooh. Wait. I'm going to pull in you because you have a retreat cost of 3. And you're not going to be able to back him up. George Washing Machine. Good name, first of all. Why not use Metapod with Psystrike to confuse the enemy in the field of war? Because I'm a beginning and I don't know what those words mean. I'm a beginning? I'm a beginner. Metapod. Metapod is the little, when it's a bug and it's a Chrysalis type. Either way, I don't have Metapod. I have Haunter. I'm waiting for a stage 2 to come up, but I have nothing but basics. And I pulled him forward because he has a retreat of 3, and that'll at least buy me time. Please, I have nothing but babies on my bench. Don't do this to them. Oh, there they go. This is just a round of just pulling absolute shit. I'm just gonna put you up. He only needs one more to draw. No, I don't have anybody who can survive. He's gonna hit me for 140, and I don't have anyone who can take that. Alas, I must concede. The battle is yours. I drew nothing but babies. Look at you. You get your little Gemini tape face. You got this. Thank you. I'll get the next one. We had some really good battles earlier. But I wasn't able to draw any stage 2s. It's all in the cards. It's all in the cards. No, it's okay. It's okay. We can level up points anyways. I know I said I wanted to do one more battle, but we're not ending on that. We're not ending on that. We're gonna go again, and then we'll go around the store and pick out some cards. And you guys can help me build a deck. There we go. So like I said, I have a dark type deck just because, like I said, I only logged into this a few days ago, and I only have the cards that were from the packs that I've been able to win. And I realized that I had enough dark types to make a full dark type deck. All the other types, I've only got like 2 over here, 3 over here, 4 over here, an incomplete evolution set over here, a basic over here. But with the dark types, I had, you know, all the Ghastlies, all the Carvanas ready to go. So I'm gonna put you up, I'm gonna put you up, and please, I'm looking at you, deck. I'm looking at you. Draw more than basics! Please! I'm begging you! There we go. This is another thing, so, like I said, I came over here from playing TCG on the app. And on the app, at the end, you basically have the option to say, good game, and send points to your opponent. It's like a little virtual handshake. I really like that. So I wish there was a good game button to like send them a store point or something. Oh! Snow run. What's a snow run turn into? What are you? I don't like you. We got energy, we got boss. Is there anybody we can knock out for? Ooh. Ooh, but I can use that. I have energy left. Monster. Okay, research for a basic Pokemon. Oh, I thought that was the pick out a stage 1. But let's get Dino. Why can't I select Dino? This is health too much? Look, I see a 70. Why can't I pull Dino? He's a basic. Why can't I put Dino down? Okay, screw you. I'm picking out Absol. That was weird. Deck for basic Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box. Or... That's weird. Can I hit you now? I'll just hit you for 10. Okay. Being the Brave fan, welcome to the chat. Hello. Hello. At Preston Plays Raid. Is somebody raiding me? Is Preston Plays raiding me? Well, thank you, Fred. Thank you. Welcome in. I love your username, by the way. What are you? Frostlass. Snowrun turns into that? Okay. Now, why'd you swap in? Why'd you swap in the one with 30? What is that? And then... Oh, you just did damage to your own guys. Why'd you do that? Anthony Taylor says, being the brave fan was George Washing Machine. Oh, you changed your name! I appreciate it! Oh, during your next turn, they can't play any item cards from their hand. Okay, well I don't have any item cards, but I do have someone who can hit you for 30! Boop. And I did 10 damage to myself, but that's okay. Rare candy, alright, we're talking. We still don't have any ones who can level up our little basics on the bench. Please? Can I please pull a stage 1? Or a Dawn? Or somebody? I can't go into this fight with nothing but babies! I just can't do it! What are you doing? You may move 3 damage. Oh. Okay. Exploding needles. Ooh. Oh, Maractus. That's just like my, what's his name? Pukumuku. The little landmine guy. Where every time, if you knock him out with damage, he does 50 damage to the opponent. I love him and I named him Landmine. He was in the deck along with Gyarados. Like I said, I want my boys back. I want to get the same deck here that I had in the app. Because I love those guys. I want my Mega Gyarados. I want my boy. I want my boy Gyro. He does take a lot of energies, so I don't know how well he'll work here. What are you doing? Secret box. Search your deck for an item card, a tool, a supporter, and a stadium. Put them into your hand. You can only use this if you discard 3 other cards. Okay, okay. Still don't have any evolutions I could use, so I'm just gonna keep hitting you with a piranha biting your ankles, I guess. Alright. Spike Mouth Gym. Spike Mouth. Once during each phase, they may search for one of Marnie's Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into their hand. Hang on, let me see you. Morgrim. Oh. It looks like a D&D character. Being Brave Sand says, I'm sorry, I am a fan though. That's okay. I love it. Dawn, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Dawn, I miss you. I'm gonna go pull a shark. Here we go. Sharpedo, and then who else do I need? Why wouldn't it let me pull Dino before? Was I just not reading something? I will take you, and I will take you, because I have a rare candy. I have a rare candy I could use. I'm gonna put you down. And then I'm gonna put you down, and now I'm actually going to be able to do damage! Get him, Punky! You should play Minecraft? I will! I'm in the mood for Pokemon today. Like I said, this is my hyperfixation right now, and as a streamer, it's my job to subject my audience to whatever my hyperfixation is. I wanted to do this yesterday, but you know, I was busy putting the chair together and going for a test run, but I want to do like weekly like TCG Tuesdays. And once I get my I keep wanting to say Stream Deck. Once I get my capture card set up so that I can stream from the Switch, I want to do like Mario Kart Mondays. Just something that's consistent that I can do like weekly. Just like different games that I enjoy playing. Also so that I don't get sick of Minecraft. I should upload a video where you test Minecraft myths. And it would blow up. I think I'm just yapping at this point. I can't stop yapping. That's alright! What are you... This thing looks spooky. I do want to play Cobblemon. The Minecraft Pokemon mod. But I want to get some friends in on that. That would have been a good one to play with Chevalier. Who else do I know who likes Pokemon? Hinata likes Pokemon. Mystic also likes Pokemon. That'd be a fun one to play with two of them. Anthony says, yeah, more. I've been a lone chatter for a while. You go right ahead. Oh, 180. I'm still standing. Okay. What is that? Grim Snarl. Ew, it still looks gross. Oh wait, here we go. You know. Rare candy. So now you're ready to go. And if you hit me out, you're gonna get 3 points, but you're not gonna win. You're not even gonna come close. So right now I have damage on me, so I can do 120 plus 150 is 270. Plus 40, 70, 80, 90, 100, 101. I should be able to knock this guy out in one go, unless this, whatever this is. Oh, the basic this is a cashew gets 50. That's gonna do 310, but he's already got 10 damage. Pew! The math worked in my favor. There we go, another energy. And next round, I don't think either of these guys has... They might be able to knock me out with 60 or... 60 as well. I said, oh gee, that's my favorite game. Pokemon with so many mods though, you need a backpack mod. Ooh. I would look into that, because like I want to play it, because it's gonna combine my two loves, Minecraft, Pokemon. But I'm not good at mods. Some of the Stonevania people might be able to help me set it up. No, who are you switching in? Why would you do that? If you're able to do 10 damage to a background one, you're gonna knock Ghastly out and get a point from that. Yep, there we go. So he's gone. Oh, put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon passing ability, both yours and your opponent's. Okay. Anthony says I would definitely love watching some Cobblemon. I'll look into that. I'll make some. I gotta figure out how to set it up, but it'll be on the way. It might be a bit, just because I have like just a chunk of videos to make for the next coming weeks, but it'll be here. It'll be here. That's definitely on the list now. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Okay, there we go, there we go. We're back in business. We're back in business. I didn't know there was a card that could do that. Anyways, I'm going to get your ass next round. Because I still have 1 point here, and an energy here, a rare candy, and a hydrangea. And I'm going to swoosh you. Anthony says, I'd seen you around before, but the reason I started paying attention to your stuff is because of Permadeath May and your Pokemon sketches. Ooh, also 2 of my hyperfixations. I realized that I love assigning characters Pokemon, because like for every character that you can think of, there's a Pokemon that matches them. And that also made me realize that I'm pretty good at drawing Pokemon. So I want to draw my my Pokemon team. Stop. Okay. You just hit one of your own. Okay. Well, we're gonna candy. We got hydrangea. There's no one back here I can hit for 10. I have 3 energy. So I can put 1 here to retreat. And then have 1 here to be ready. I'm gonna put that on you first. And then none of you are EX, so I'm gonna have to knock out 2. If I was a gym leader, what type? I'm not sure, because so far, the Pokemon that have worked best for me has been, like I said, the dark types and the water types. But aesthetically, I'm a fairy type or metal. No, wait, the one that people always assign to me is Tinkaton. Is Tinkaton fairy or metal? I think Tinkaton's metal. That's right, because I've raced her before and she's metal. I want Tinkaton. I haven't had a chance to play with her yet, either in a game or in a card game. I think in the app I didn't have her full evolution line, so I wasn't able to use her in a match. Tinkaton is steel and fairy. I like that. So maybe steel? One of the early decks that I made was metal type. No! Okay, I see why this person has so many, like, psychic dark types, because you're just... Well, I have a Dawn, I can pull it back out again. Oh, no, wait, Hydrangea's still here. I forgot that I already evolved it. Okay, so Hydrangea's still ready. But I'm missing the guy who I was going to... Ooh. I got protected from that. Here we go, let's see if we can knock this out. Ooh. Heal 80 that has 3 energy attached. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Do I heal for 40 or wait? I'm going to heal you. So now you are at full health. And let's see if I can pull somebody out to help out here. So we're gonna go with Fauna, Shark, And I'm not gonna have time to pull somebody else out, so I'm gonna just put another one of you down. My ideal woman is someone who's part shark, but it's the top half that's a shark. And when she wants to kiss, she goes, "Nah, nah, nah, nah." Yeah, I want a Tinkaton really bad, because I think that's me. That's me, that's my match. But also, except the ones that I've gotten attached to are these dark types here, and my water types. But I also like electric. Electric's cool. But I think aesthetically, it's not me. Yeah, one of the first decks I put together in the card game was... I know Melmetal was one of my favorites, because he was one of my hard hitters, and that was one of the first decks I actually started winning matches with Melmetal. And I named him Freddie Mercury. And then Pawnyard and Bisharp for the two that went with him. I don't remember who else was in the deck. What other kind of metal types did I have? Yeah, those two together did a lot of damage, and I really liked them. I said Bronzong, I had Bronzong. Bronzong was so cool. Bronzong was funny, because, at least in the app, his card, he does like 30 damage for every energy attached to you and your Poke, to both yours and your opponent's. And I would verse, what's the little green one? Is Celebi, who does 20 damage for every energy that she has attached to her. I'm still standing! Celebi, yes. But yeah, she would do 20 damage for every energy attached to her, and then I would do 20 damage for every energy attached to the opponent. So she comes rolling up with like 6 energy attached, and I just evaporated her with 500 damage. Oh! And there's the final 2, and that's round! That's it! We win! Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. There we go, and I think that was a good one to end it on. We're at the 2.5 hour mark. But let's go collect our prizes. We're just gonna collect all. Let's go, W! Let's go! Oh, look at it, look at my grimace shake. Look at my grimace shake. And now for the cards. So I have 3,000 purple points and 2,000 trade credits. So do we want to pull a pack? Of different types, or see, we got the expansions. No, don't show my camera. Bundles. Alright, so we're gonna swap these points for... Do we want another dark bundle? Or do we want to go for a different type? What other dark types are there available in this set? We've also got the Eevees. I don't have any Eevees yet. I don't remember what the dark type Eevee's name is, because all I know is that in my world I named it Stiller. Because it's black and yellow like the Steelers football team from back home. What about... prismatic evolutions. Let's see. Let's just go for this. So now we got the cool little flippy flip. Got Ghastly Haunter and Grimace Shake. Sableye. Ooh, that's a good one. If you have any stage 2 on your bench, this attack does 70 more damage. Seviper. If you have any Dark Mega Evolution in play, attacks by this Pokemon do 120 more damage to your opponent. But that takes 3 energy. I think he says, I don't really know TCG too well. I know how to play, but not details. If you want a chance for Gyarados or Pyukumuku, you may want to diversify types. Yeah. Let's... I think that'll be in a different section. Ooh, we got a different Haunter. Boss's orders. Who is it? What game is this guy from? I've never seen him before. Gets this. Lily, she's a good one. Shuffle your hand, draw 6 cards. Mega Signal. Another candy. Risky Ruins. Ooh. Whenever any player puts a basic non-dark type Pokemon onto their bench during their turn, place 20 damage on that Pokemon. He's from Gen 5, so black and white. Okay. Like I said, the only game I've actually played was Diamond, but I want to find more. Switch your active with one of your benched. That's also a good one. Ultra Ball, another Dawn, Grimsley, Helmet, Arvin, Iono, Nest, Buddy Poppin', Stretcher. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck, reveal a supported card, put it into your hand. And a Dark Energy. Nice! Well, I got the coin I wanted. And some other good items. So now... I think for decks. Create a deck with the standard format. Who do we want to add? Sort by evolution chain. I want to see all of them so that I can buy them with my little cards up here. Basic to final, final to basic, energy type. So we were discussing metal types. Let's make this a metal deck. So it starts off with grass. There's the Heracross. That's the one that I pulled out of my my actual pack. I do have enough that I could make a pretty good grass type pack. Let's see what we have in the metals. There's my Mamoswine. Mamoswine's probably one of my favorites, just going from Swinub to Pillow-Swine to Mamoswine, because I love, first of all, Swinub's cute. He's just a little, he looks like a little Seas Candy. And I love mammoths. I was just watching a documentary on mammoths last night, and they're awesome. How do you pronounce this guy? Because I named him Baja Blast, but how do you pronounce this? Soykyun? Sakune? Sasune? Tsunami? He's Baja Blast to me. Chin Pao, I don't remember pulling you. What are you? That's sick. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may search your deck for 2 basic energy cards. You may discard any amount of energy from your Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage for each card you discard. Excalibur. Artifact. I don't remember pulling these guys. Who are you? Quackable, I had him before. Cool. Frogadier, Frigibax, I assume you belong with these two. Here's our electrics. As you can see, not a lot. I've got a singular Luxray. I do have all the stages for Pomni. But not much else. So my psychics. I still don't see how Trapinch turns into that. That's a turtle. That is a snapping turtle. That's a bug. That's a dragon. I see that going to that, but I don't see that going to that. Here's some more Swinubs. This one's good. The 2 points for 180 damage, but I don't have enough to make a deck. Here's my Dark Boys. Fucking whooper face. Trapinch is an antlion larva. It still looks like a turtle to me. I'll take your word for it. There you go. Here's our medals. I actually don't have a lot of medals. Okay. But this will be the deck that we build over time. And Polion's a metal type. Ooh. What kind of deck do we want to make? So it looks like I don't have enough medals to do anything with them. I've got a lot of normals. Not a lot. Okay, it looks like the most I have is grass. To make an actual reliable deck out of it. Let's see, we've got Oddish. That turns into Gloom. It turns into Vileplume. And it only needs 1 energy to do up to 120 damage. So we'll add 2 of you. 2 of you. 2 of you. Glowtoad. Headbutt, you need 2 points, but then that 2 points extends all the way. Ooh. You know what? 2 of you. 2 of you for Lombre. And 2 of you, because once during your turn, if you have any Mega Evolution Pokemon EX in play, you may use this ability to heal 60 damage to one of your Pokemon. I've only got 1, but that's what the points are for. There we go. Add. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy attached to this Pokemon. And you can do speed for 110. Maybe. Nimble. Okix. Anthony says, I don't care if you see him, but you need to see Ludicolo with its animations. I haven't seen it yet. Heracross, there we go. This is the one I have IRL. I can't read because the shiny is too much! If this Pokemon was damaged by an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does that much more damage. For 280 health. And for 3 points, I can do 170 damage while discarding the top 2 cards. He's still not as good as Hydrangea. We'll order one of him. And throw those two in here. Rosalia. And Cynthia's Roserade. This is the one I have on my team in Diamond, and I named it Snot. Because one of the moves is Grass Knot, and it sounds like Grass Snot. Attacks used by other Cynthia's Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active. Leaf Step 3 for 80. That's not really good. I think my Dark deck is still the best. Capsakid, Reckless Charge. Rabska. It's ugly. This is the one that people keep hitting me with, so I'm gonna throw all three of them in there. He's ugly. Badu! Diplin. And that's it. Okay. It's not really playable yet, but we can come back and we can keep working on this. So I will name this the Grass Snots. There we go. Oh, my roommate's back. Hello! I'm streaming. Okay. But I'll be finishing up in a second. But I think that's it. Like I said, this deck is not very playable, but we can work on it as we go. Every time we come in and play this, we can keep working on our little custom deck over here. So I want some more Heracrosses, and I want some more of these guys so that I can have 3 of each instead of 2. But we'll come back to them. I'll exit, and I will keep them there. Anyways, I think that is going to do it for today. Thank y'all for joining in on this. No, this is the first time playing some Pokemon on stream. Like I said, this is my most recent hyperfixation, and as a streamer, my job is to subject you to it. So yeah, I want to make this a weekly thing. Go back to full screen. I want to make this weekly to do like TCG Tuesdays, or like I said, just Mario Kart Mondays, to have specific different things to stream every week. So that even if I'm not in the mood for Minecraft, or if I'm working on something in there that I don't want you to see yet, we can still sit down and, as you said, vibe. We can just chill out. You can chill out, you can watch me get my butt kicked by Clarabelle the Clown. And yeah, like I said, I will definitely be back with more of this. And I'm probably going to keep playing this after I end stream. But thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you're enjoying the videos with VODs or anything else gets put up on this channel, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a moment of my cute face or any of my Pokemon. This has been the Brave.